Hey guys, welcome back to Financial Hub video, and today I'm going to talk about a lot. You can see I have notes here. I want to talk about a couple of things. It's a Sunday, so I have time. It's now currently 4:50 here in my house office, and I want to talk to you guys. I'm show you guys a couple of things, how I've been trading my 100k account. Let's look at the back end. I remember I said I'll be documenting this. I'm just a couple of percentage away from passing my challenge, the 100k account. If you've been watching Ken's video, I think Ken did a video a couple of weeks ago of how he trades his live $200,000 prop firm account, and much more. So at the end of the day, trading is trading. Trading is not about talking about trading. It's not about what you know. It's about what you do with what you know at the end of the day. I remember there's a tweet I posted a couple of months back where I said, I don't care how long you call yourself a trader. If you've known about forex for the past 10 years, 4 years, 2 years, 1 year, it doesn't really matter. What matters is how much time are you trading live in the markets. Show me that. Show the data of how long you've been trading that live. That's what matters at the end of the day. Everything else is just a lot of talk. At the end of the day, we look at the books, we look at the performance, we look at your approach, we look at how you trade personally, and that's what matters at the end of the day. So today, I've not done, in a long time, I haven't done anything in regards to market analysis. I'll do a bit of that. I have a lot I want to share with you guys. I talk about my 100k account, how it is managing multiple accounts, because across the board currently, in terms of prop firms, I'm trading about $250,000 accounts. $250,000, still pushing for the challenges, and I'm yet to buy another 300k account, so that should be a total of $550,000. And my partners are doing the same. They're also trading quite big amounts of money, and that's what we talk about every single week when you guys come for our free summits. So before I go further, this coming week I have one that I'll be doing myself on Saturday, where I'll be talking about different things in the market, how it has been, how the year has been coming to an end, because that's the last one that we're doing before we do our forex party. So we have a forex party that's coming soon. Details will be launched, so make sure you follow our G page. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you subscribe, because everything is going to be announced on there later on in the week. The dates, the details, and what you need to do before you come for that. So, but this coming Saturday from 10 a.m. to 1, I'll be conducting a free summit in our office. Posters will be out soon, so follow our EG page, go and follow us, subscribe to our channel to be informed when those dates come out, what we'll be talking about, and how it's going to roll out. Okay, but today I still want to focus on trading. Let's come back here. How my phase 1 and phase 2 has been, the progress, the lessons learned. I show a couple of trades that I took, the winners, the losses, and how it's been, my mentality, my psychology. And after that, the rest, unfortunately, is going to be only for my students and the people in my community, my KST community. That's what I'll be doing in the end. Okay, I'll be breaking down how my trading has been, my pairs, the trades I trade, the more lessons that I've learned. Now that's exclusively only for our students at Financial Hub and for my KST community. So apart from that, let me get straight into the markets. Let's look at what I have been doing. So first things first, let's look at my backend. Okay, so this is my funded FX account. Okay, I've had a good run with this one. I started the 100k account back in September. This was the first phase. You can see I achieved the 8% return, which was a good return that I was able to achieve within a couple of weeks. Okay, so if I scroll down here, just looking at the equity curve, you can see I started with the drawdown that took me down immediately 1%. After 1% drawdown, I stayed in that drawdown. You can see I didn't get any trade for a couple of days. I remember I was patient, I was waiting patiently for that trade. So when I took the loss, that was back in September 21st. You can see that date. And the next trade that I took on this account was 12th October. So it took about 2-3 weeks before I got any trade. Patiently waited, executed it with perfection, and that trade took me up from -1 back up to +4.4. So in that one trade I made 5.4%. That's $5,400. You can see I was down here at $99,000. Markets took me back up here. I closed it with 104,446. So that's about $5,400 in one trade. Patiently waited for another trade. You can see that was 13th. Didn't have any other trade until 25th. Okay, so about 10 days. and that one trade just took me up to target. I made another 4% from 104 to about 3 point something percent. Took me up, and I finished my first phase with a good finish. It was a good trade. You can see here I passed minimum trades, past minimum trading days. Profit target was attained at 8.3%, and that was that. Finished this account and then decided to start my other phase account. Now this other account, I want us to pay a bit more detail. Okay, currently where that account is. So currently this account is at $2,500. So you can see I'm up 2.57%. Now I want us to pay a bit of attention on this one because I was a bit active on this account in trading. When I started with a drawdown. So, you know, just past phase 1, you've gotten your phase 2, a bit of excitement, a bit of not really paying much attention. Took a couple of trades that took me down into a negative loss of 4%. So you can see my first trade took me down 1%, so I always risk 1%. Actually, this first trade, and I've talked about it on my IG. Follow me at Karleb Trades on Instagram. On that page, I talked about this one, especially with my students and my KST community. I told them the first trade that I took spiked me out with a bigger loss. Okay, so you can see how I want to go and show you the details on this one. But just look at my equity curve. It went down, 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 down. I was down on negative 3 points. About, you can see my account balance there was 95,800, so I'd lost about 4,200. I was down 4.2%, but you can see my account is back up at the profit side. And on this one, my target is not much. I'm just looking to make another 2.5%. You can see target here is 5%, and that's what I'm aiming for. So I'm just have 2.5% up, waiting for another 2.5% to get a pass. So the next thing I want to show you, let's go a bit into detail about those trades that I took. So currently, this is the journaling analysis under my funded FX, and I love this journal. I love how it shows this. And if you want to join my funded FX, we have a link on the description below. Click them. They have some offers. The offers keep coming up and down. Cyber Monday and Black Friday had really good opportunities. Buy one, get one free, such stuff. So click the link below. Purchase one of the products. Quite good. Use them for quite some time, and so far so good. In what they say. But disclaimer, anything that happens in the long term, you know, we never have control of this, like what happened with my forex funds. And that's what we did a podcast once before about, you never have control of this. When anything happens, that's your own investment. So approach it, anything in forex, approach it with a bit of caution in the long term. So first things first, let's look at a bit of details here. You can see I had so far a win rate of 33%. I have 3 winners, 6 losses, which is fine because I have a high profit factor. If you have any profit factor above 1, that means at the end of the day, you're actually making some profit. I have another account, the account that I just showed you before, the one that I passed my first challenge. It had a profit factor of about 10. I'll show you maybe later. Let's focus on this one, okay? So you can see my best trade made 3,000. My worst trade is this one because I risked 1%. Now this is the one I wanted to talk about. If you come here, you can see my first trade that I took here. I lost $1,900. That's about 2%. Okay. Now I just 1%, but what happens sometimes in the market? Slippages. You can't control this sometimes. Okay, depending on the broker you're using, the volatility in the market. Those things happen, and I shared an article on that. Follow my Instagram page and get a link on that. I shared them. It's on my highlights. I shared something about slippages, broke it down, shared the markets about it. I mean, shared what slippages are, where slippages occur, or slippages occur both in high volatile markets, low volatility markets, where a buyer and a seller being looked to be linked. So that happens. And so this one, I had about 10 pips stop loss. And markets hit me out at a 20 pip stop loss, lost double my risk. But that was fine. I ended up cutting my risk in the next trade. You can see my next trade I lost 0.5%, which is $500, lost on that one. The next week I lost again. The fourth week I lost again. So you can see how my November started. Week, 4 weeks consistent losses. Did that change me? Not at all. Did I change my approach? Not at all. I stuck to the plan. Always stick to the plan. That's lesson number 1 you should take home. Always stick to the trading plan. Okay, now if you start, because something that many students do, many traders do, I see them doing a lot, is that week 1 they maybe using a certain strategy, lost. Week 2 lost. Already on week 2, that week on Saturday, they're like, this system doesn't work, it's time to change it, time to do something else. No. As long as you've done your back test, lesson number 2, Never trade a system that you've not back tested and you don't have data on, because my friend, you're just simply gambling. You don't want to be gambling in the markets. You want to be following a certain structure, certain data, and trade that data. Okay, so I knew my system can get me into a consecutive 5 losses consistently. I'll do another video breakdown of my back test and the data and how I do my back test. But if you've watched a previous back test that I talked about, and we use FXREPLAY, if you want to join them, we also have a link on the description below, and if you start with them today, you get a 15% discount. So make sure to join with them. Very good, and they give very good insights about your system. I'll do another video to give more detailed information about it, but my data already shows me I can have 5 to 6 trades in a row consistently losing. So what do? Lesson number 3, I have a very good risk management plan with respect to my data which I've backtested. So I have a couple of trades where if I get a certain losses consecutively losing, I know that I'm in a losing streak. That means, will I take the next trade? Of course. Will I reduce my risk? Yes, I will. So that's what you're seeing here. I lost about that, then I started cutting down on my risk until I made the money back. So you can see this one, I cut down, you can see I'm all losing 0.5%, and then I got one good trade, market gave me about a 5% return, boom, shot me back up all the way back to profit. On the, I think I had a gold, I'm not sure what trades those were, but anyway, I think I am sure I had an Aussie. I don't know. I only trade 3 pairs. That's USD card, gold, and Aussie dollar. I think that was an Aussie dollar and gold. I haven't had any USD card trade in a while, so that must have been those 2 trades. You can see I had 2 trades. Boom, took me back up to profit. All this, just these 2 trades, took away all these losses. Okay. All these losses were taken away. Markets took me back up from negative 4 point something to positive 0.5%. And then I lost another trade the next day, normal, which took me back down to negative 0.5%. You can see once my account came back to profit, I ended up taking bigger risks. So that's something that I'll always do. And then fast forward to the next month now, December, I also took another trade on Friday. I took it on Thursday evening. Targets were hit on Friday evening. I made another $3,000, which was about 3%. Now that's why you're seeing my account at 2.5%. It's just remaining another 2.5%. You can see how very good risk rewards. Just one more or 2 trades can easily take me to pass my challenge and finally be live in the 100K account, and the rest will follow suit. You can see here I have TFT, so I also use the Fundy Trader. I don't want to click on it because it doesn't really hide the details of my account, and I don't want you guys to see. You never know what someone might be intending to do with those details. But on that account, I took 3 trades totally different from the ones I have on this one. Markets took me down, lost 3% in the 2 weeks, and then I made another with this trade also. It was a similar trade that I took also on that one, made 3%. So market took me back to break even, and that account is still at $100,000, still on the first phase. But the good thing about TFT, it has a bigger drawdown, unlike my funded FX. My funded FX has a maximum drawdown of 8%, the other has a maximum drawdown of 10%. Now that 2% difference is huge. You cannot underestimate that difference, and so far so good on both accounts. Now personally, I don't trade oil, Nasdaq, indices. I don't trade those ones because different brokers, different prop firms, when you open an account with them, the position sizing is different when you have all those things. I've seen Ken and Taras have those bit of challenges, but personally I do not, because I only trade those 3 pairs: gold, Aussie dollar, USD card, and it's sort of same across the board in terms of position sizing, contract sizes, leverage, all those things. Those are things you want to be looking at when you're breaking down the markets. So whenever you're seeing any trader breaking down the markets, you want to be looking, what is your P&L, what is your profits and losses, how are you breaking down the markets, do you actually trade? Those are things you need to be asking. Do you make losses? If any trader tells you I do not make losses, they're always showing you profits, you, my friend, please stand away and go the other side. A true trader needs to, not needs to, but it's part of the growth, it's part of trading. You'll get losses along the way, and those losses for me are really good because they help me understand something new. I understood something when I lost on this one about slippages. I understood something on this trade and I'll show you why I lost on this one. I'll show you why I lost on this one, why I made money on this ones. This one's I sort of tried going against the trend, going against the structure. I was trying to look for a high level where market was still going higher, tried to sell. I think that was a big mistake that I won't make again. It was a good $1,000 lesson I learned from that trade. that I won't want to be repeating again. Okay, so hope that's clear, hope that makes sense. That's so far, that's how my account is going. So I have 2.5% remaining. I have another 100k account on TFT. I have two $25,000 accounts on my funded FX. I have multiple accounts that I'm trading, and I'm planning to buy another $300,000 account in the next, within this month of December. You know, when you make money, when you make profits from personal accounts, my own personal accounts, that's what funds me to trade this live account. So when you see that these accounts are still all on challenges, but I'm trading live accounts that help me be able to purchase these other accounts and all that at the end of the day. So I hope that's clear. Hope you've learned a thing or two. Let me go into the charts, just look at a few things, and continue teaching you more lessons and looking at a couple of things. Now, I've really improved my trading approach for the couple of years. I've traded the markets for the past 7 years. Trust you me, the first 3-4 years was a total mess. I was losing money. No one was there to guide us. When we started trading, it wasn't really as popular as it is right now. You couldn't just walk into someone's office and tell them, hey, you know what, can you teach me how to trade? Back then it wasn't that much, but recently you can find a couple of schools. But at the end of the day, please do your due diligence. We see a lot of people doing these things the wrong way. Trading is not about flipping accounts. Trading is not about how much money you can make. True traders never even talk about how much money you make. True traders lingo is different. What percentage did you make? I don't care what amount you made, what account your market is, your account size is, because if I have $100,000 account and you have a $10,000 account, or even $100 account, and we both made 10%, it's a same percentage return. The only difference is the amount of money that we've all made. But at the end of the day, we might have done the same thing. It's just a matter of time before the guy with the small account grows that gradually to get prop farms, grow that account before it gets to $10,000, $100,000, and beyond. Okay, so us as true traders, I never talk about how much money you made, how much money you lost. It's a matter of, okay, because if you ask someone, let's say for example, someone tells you I made $3,000 in a certain trade. So what percent is that? What's your account size? Someone might tell you they made $3,000 profit and the account is $500. So they multiply the account 6 times with one trade. Immediately, I know this person doesn't have proper risk management, because if markets went against you, you, my friend, will have blown your account. Maybe you bought gold. If you look at the charts here, maybe you bought gold at the start of this week, and gold has just been bullish. Okay, if you bought gold earlier on and market was just rallying, you, my friend, will have made a lot of money. So one sec, I don't know why it's not loading. Okay, let's refresh these charts. Okay, cool. Let's look at gold. Look, if you're trading gold and you bought it here, immediately market just took you into profits. And if you just held that trade, it could have taken you could have tripled your account if you didn't know what you're doing. Okay, because if you look at this, what happens, and this is what leverage allows you to do. Leverage allows you to make much more money than even that market has moved. If you measure the distance of how market moved from this level, okay, to this level, okay, you can see market only moved 7.3%. okay, 7.3% to the upside. Now, how does someone multiply their account 6 times when the market just moved 7%? Now, all that is what? Leverage. Leverage is what allows you to make much more money, even a bigger percentage than the account the markets moved. So that's what happens when you have leverage. Now, leverage, we teach it deeply in our course, so make sure to join our course so that we can show you what leverage is and how it helps you multiply your account. Now, back to this one now. Too much leverage is not good. When in such a move, if market moves 7%, if my account I'm able to make that 7% return, or even 4%, if I'm able to make 7% or 14%, 20% on that move, that's totally fine. That means I'm within the risk parameters of my system. But if you find someone who tripled the account with that move, then you, my friend, you don't know what you're doing. You might take care, because you might be doing the things in the wrong way. So those are a few things that we do as traders. Now, a couple of trades that I took, and I won't show deeply what I do. I had a trade here that I took last week on Friday. On Thursday, this past week, I was looking for markets to go long. Now, I'll show you both trades that I took on the same pair. One I lost, one I made money. So the first trade that I made money was this one. So I was looking for markets to continue moving to the upside. A simple approach that I use, markets are normally moving, forming what you call higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows. Now you need to know how to put it into perspective. There's perspective of the higher highs, higher lows on the daily chart. Then the same perspective that I do on the 4-hour chart. If you watch a previous video that I did, I mostly made, I focused on the daily chart, showing you that movement up and down. But on this one, I further put it down. My KST community, my students, I show them how I do this one on the 4-hour chart. So that's why you can see these arrows. I've been doing this for the past couple of, ever since behind, okay? So you can see the blue ones are showing that markets are moving higher. And what I was looking at, I was looking for markets to continue moving higher. So a simple approach that market does, look, when you break a new high, let's go a bit full screen. When market goes and creates a new high, look, you can see markets come back, retests that level, gets an entry that rejects it, then move further up. You can see what happened here. Markets moved higher, came back, rejected that same level. Beautiful. And you can see markets are repetitive, patterns are repetitive. They tend to repeat themselves over and over again. So immediately once market closed over here, I took a buy position and I came out here just before. Sometimes I hold trades into the weekend, sometimes I do not, especially once market has reached 90%, 80. This one reached 100% to target. I was looking for taking profit at the previous high. I took that profit, and in that trade, I made about $3,000 on that trade, okay? Now, previously, just before I took this one, I lost. And you can see I've just recently said I was looking for markets to go down, okay? Now, and that's a mistake I made. It wasn't a good mistake. I think it was a good reaffirmation that I should follow my plan. Sometimes we tend to throw our plans away and start doing other things. Now look at this. I was looking for something like this. Markets sort of to reject this level, okay? Here, right at this top, okay? So markets were moving up. You can see markets were moving up. I was looking for markets to come reject this level, okay? So immediately market came here, okay? So I was looking for this structure, just looking at structure. This is just simple market structure. Immediately markets came and touched here. Although I always wait for candles to close, always wait. I never just jump into trades. Immediately at this close, I ended up shorting the markets. On top of many other things. So I'm not detailing everything, which I teach my students, and it's more proprietary information. But the main thing that I look at is I was shorting here, markets went, I was expecting markets to come down, at least even back to this level before moving higher, or even if it could be able to move even much, much lower. But what happened in the markets sort of, I was in profit. I think I was in profit even over $1,000 already. Then immediately markets came back up, of course, came and took me out. I immediately flipped. I changed. I learned my lesson, said, okay, Karleb, stop trading in the opposite direction of the trend. You can simply see that the markets are moving up. Trade in that direction. So I cut my loss, lost that $1,000 that I've just shown you, the last trade that I had on Aussie dollar. And then I switched to markets and took this trade to the upside. Once market came and rejected, went back to my plan, followed the plan, made about $3,000 on that trade, the last trade that I took. And that's just on one account. I had $3,000 on one account, my other 100K on TFT made $3,000. Total combined all my accounts, I made about $7,000, all still on the challenges, okay? So that's something that happened over the week, over the past week. So I'm looking forward to this coming week, see what we can have at the end of the day, see some profits we can make. Now what I want to do next, I want to break down the markets, break down how my month has been, the mistakes I made, the trades I made. I want to go deeper into that. That's now exclusively for my students, for the KST community. So if you want to join us, please do. You know where to find us. We put our contacts on the details on the description below. Make sure to find us, come visit us at Lavington Mall, but make sure to also come for our free services. Something else that we offer, our January intake is ongoing, and something that we also offer before you even call me, to tell you, you know what, you want to see the value of our course, you want to be part of it. We give the first 2 classes for free. So the first 2 classes, depending on when the intakes are, we tell you come and sit for it, have the first 2 classes. We have a total of 16 classes combined. So the first 2 classes, we tell you, you know what, we give you that for free. Look at the information you have. We are giving you, judge it for yourself. And if you see it's something valuable, then you can end up joining us at the end of the day. But apart from that, I hope you've enjoyed. Anything I've left out, yeah, I think the rest I want to do a breakdown analysis for my students. I want to break down for them the markets, what I'm expecting this week. I already did my journal, my routine. I already broke down the markets yesterday, Saturday. Usually, once the month is coming to an end, you want to review how your month has been and look at the winners, look at the losses, what are the lessons you've learned. Now, I'm heavily a journal. I love journaling. I tell my students always make sure you journal. Now my journals are quite deep, quite detailed, and they help me personally improve my trading. So I'll show them a bit of my journal, what I learned, what I lost, something else I want to do. Yeah, basically break down the markets and prepare them for the week. Apart from that, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll keep you guys updated. Hope you've enjoyed that analysis. Uh, Maybe something I can give you as a bonus. Let's look at gold. Let's look at gold. Let's just break down gold markets. I posted this on Twitter, and I just want to see you guys' opinions on it. Okay, so if you look at the daily chart on gold, I always start my analysis mostly on the daily chart. I never go beyond that. I was doing something coincidence, something mystery that's happening in the markets. So you can see this day was when market hit the 20 between 2050 and 2060. These are all-time highs, okay, and 2075, that level. Here, this was on a Thursday, Friday in August 2020 when COVID happened, okay. We came and hit it again in 2022 during in February, okay. This one was on a Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, okay. And then this day was on a Thursday, Friday as well. Go check it for yourself, I'm not guessing. And this day apparently was also Thursday, Friday, okay. Now if you zoom into them, a coincidence that you want to look at, you can see here, now this is a big picture. For guys who are scalpers, this might not really make sense to you. Now you can see here, market came, rejected it. This was Thursday, Friday, Monday, markets were dropping to the downside. Now this was Monday, Tuesday. This was Monday when market, this was Tuesday when market hit that level. Wednesday, markets were falling down. We came again, this was Thursday, Friday, markets were falling. Now what's different with this one? Friday still closed up bullish. Okay, it's still very, look at that candlestick. You want to pay attention at candlestick formations. If you do not understand candlesticks on their own, you, my friend, are doing a grave mistake. Markets trading is not just about patterns, it's about candlesticks, the formations, because candlestick relay, it entails the whole information of what is happening in the markets. If I see a certain candlestick, I know what the buyers are doing, I know what the sellers are doing. That's now technical analysis. Understand it from a basic level, and then the big picture. So a lot of profits will be taken here. There's a structure that had formed here, more of what we call a flag pattern. Okay, now if I draw that flag pattern, started around here, you can see that flag pattern is a good flag pattern. Market was moving to the upside. Okay, if you watched my previous video of the things that I'm talking about in technical analysis, the three main things that big traders don't want you to know. When market is moving in the direction of the trend, you can see in the big picture, at best double bottom is found in an uptrend. You can see this was a good liquidity zone. You can see how before it was acting as support, broke into the downside, became resistance, broke back up, support, support. That entry level, a lot of people bought that market. Okay, now this trend started immediately when Israel invaded Hamas. Now gold is a safe haven pair. A lot of people buy gold when things are not certain, the economies are not stable, we don't know about the future, we just want to be safe. So a lot of people remove their money from stocks, and they get into cash, assets, and gold as well. So you can see what happened here. Immediately we created a gap. Market has been rallying ever since. You can see a lot of targets will be taken here. So I won't be surprised on Monday to see. Now Monday and Tuesday will be an important day. You want to see how markets will break above, continue, have what we call a successful follow through. I was telling my community that yesterday. If market can have a successful follow through, we continue to the upside. If not, and gets maybe a move to the upside, then Tuesday closes back below. That's what we call a failed follow through, a false breakout, depending on how you call it. I like calling it a bit differently because it means something different for me. Then you want to be reading the markets differently. So that's what I'll be watching on Monday, Tuesday. But if that momentum is able to continue, I want to be part of the buyers who are pushing these markets to the upside. But I'm looking at a lot. When I come down to the 4-hour chart, I'm looking at structure, I'm looking at the formation of higher highs, higher lows. You can see how simple it's here. Now look at how that formation of higher highs, higher lows was simple. If you're able to read that and put it in perspective, you will have gotten a very, very good buy on this one. Now look, when market was moving down, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. And then what happened after this? Markets broke above the previous lower high. a break of structure, that's an immediate information that markets want to be moving. Markets are sort of changing direction. And what happened after that? Look at this successful series of high highs, high lows, high high, high low, high high, high low, high high, high low, and market has just been going up. So unless that pattern is broken, I'll be continuing to looking for buys to the upside. And yeah, it's an exciting time to be trading the gold market. I was waiting on Monday, on Friday, I was waiting for an entry. I didn't get it perfectly. So gold was forming a trend line. I was looking at the key levels. So you can see this trend line to the upside, a touch here, touch here, touch here, touch here. You can see how I'm big on structure, key levels, previous highs, previous lows. I'm always marking them. Now here, I was sort of waiting for markets to come a bit lower. This was still a flag pattern, a very good flag pattern. I'm heavy on flag patterns, but flags also need a certain proper approach to them, okay? Now, I was waiting for a deeper level. I was waiting for markets at least to come down a little bit lower, come to this level, maybe even spike, because gold is known for spiking. Spike the trend line here, close back above, and then we get that buy. So on this day, markets didn't give me that entry. This was on Thursday. Friday again, I readjusted my flag in that way. I was waiting. Trust you, my friend. If I got this trade, it could have passed me my challenge. I'd be even I think my other account, the 100K account, would have passed phase 1. I was just waiting for markets to come, just touch here, get me a good entry, touch the trend line, touch this key level. You, my friend, at that level, I'd have gotten a superb buy. But what happened in the market? Market came in sort of close. I was watching. I was like this on my charts. Position sizes, I'd already calculated them. I was ready to execute. But what happened? The dollar started falling, short to the upside, okay? I didn't get anything on that trade. If you look at the dollar, that was a good, beautiful drop that happened on the dollar. It was a third trend line bounce. You can see this. I'm heavy also on trend line bounces. You can see this big picture trend line. You can see this touch, structure. There's another trend line here, another structure. There's a lot of confluence around that level. It was also a key level. If you zoom out, you can see that before, this was a major key level around this zone. And even if you push it further, you can see that this was a major zone where market has touched before and dropped. So when you come back here, that was a good level to sell. You can see I've even said an impeccable bounce. It was a good bounce, a good trade. I didn't get it. It's okay. It is what it is, but that's the market for you. So without further much, the rest of the market breakdown I want to do for my students. Please make sure if you want to be part of us, if you want to join us, we have our financial hub, Forex Academy in Lavington, Chanarana building, 4th floor. Come all, come many, come for our free classes, come for our summit this coming Saturday. I'll be in charge, have a lot to share with you guys. Just show you how the pro farm trading has been, give you a bit of truths. Don't follow everything you believe online. Do your own research. Read books. I'm heavy on books. Okay, this is one of Great Values books, Changing World Order. It's about economics, why nations succeed and why nations fail. It's a superb book. But trading is all about knowledge and putting that knowledge into action, not just having it in head. So, like I always say, my friends, always remember: stay woke, stay financially literate, and I'll see you on the other side. Peace.